Hello, University of Utah. This is the Geekwave.
Hi, everybody.
It is the end of finals week. I hope that everybody has had a good finals week. I know that Lee's been in DEF CON 5 for days, and I haven't been able to contact him at all. Like, we're starting to get worried about you.
Yes, it was.
I mean, a lot.
When you're watching this, it'll be better, but right now I'm still DEF CON 5, so...
I thought DEF CON 5, I thought I went backwards. So DEF CON 1 is actually the worst, right?
DEF CON 5?
DEF CON 5
It doesn't matter at this point. We're at
Geekwave
Geekwave DEF CON 5, which might as well be panic mode.
Okay. You know I'm a science person.
We've changed everything.
Okay. That's
do movies
nice.
do it wrong, or are we just... Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Okay, so to get back on subject, this is Jarom's last episode as executive producer of the Geekwave, which is really, really weird.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing a Geekwave review. Yeah. But first, I brought a special guest. So I'm going to leave now and she's going to come in.
What? Special guest.
Come.
It's me.
Yay!
It's Claire. Oh my gosh, this is so...
The Claire.
The Claire,
Hey, Jarom, how's it going?
It's the last Claire.
We didn't meet each other before this show.
Yeah.
Totally not. And that wasn't a absolutely fake surprise from Jarom.
Oh. No, for reals though. Claire, last time you were on the Geekwave was more than a year ago.
Very true. And the highlight of that episode that we were on was, in fact, when Kelby got married to Han Solo.
We had a marriage on that episode.
How did I miss this?
It was beautiful.
You were in France?
You were in France.
Kelby got married to Han Solo.
He got married on a helicopter.
Oh my gosh.
We actually called him up to see if he could come back.
He's in LA, isn't he?
He's in
Too
LA.
busy.
Yeah. He's doing important things or something.
You're right, I wasn't doing important things. That's not a thing I was doing. But I did get reminded I did not have finals this week. So thanks for bringing it back, guys.
Well, good for you. I'm so happy for you.
I know, said every alumni ever.
So So this is the Geekwave.
In review.
I know. So we are just finishing up the third year of the Geekwave. We met 3 years ago.
I know, isn't that crazy?
Yeah,
Do you want to know what the first thing Jarom said to me was?
I don't remember this.
I have a Calc 2 test. Bye.
I'm so glad you remember that, I guess.
You know, guys, I have really good memory about Jarom and I interacting.
There was no
pretense.
There was no, oh, hi, nice to meet you. I have a Calc test.
You know, I think he did introduce himself as Master Solar, but... Oh, no, DJ Solar. I apologize.
DJ Solar, probably.
I apologize.
That makes more sense.
DJ Solar definitely makes sense because that's who you were being on Experimental Airwaves.
Yeah. Who introduced us? Was it Alex or Eric?
Eric. It was Eric.
It was Eric.
Mm-hmm. Because he lived upstairs from me in our apartment building. Yeah.
So 3 years ago, we were on Experiment Airwave together. And we were like, we should do a geek show. And it took us all summer to work on that.
Yeah.
I actually found... We'll have to throw this image on because I took a picture of it. The first ever mention of the Geekwave in the public. I don't know if some of you...
I'm trying to see past his mic stand to the picture.
Some of you might... I think I've told this story before, but it's how the Geekwave got named.
Oh, is that where you did the poll?
Yeah. Okay, so do you remember this story?
I do. I remember texting you for days with weird names, and then you just decided on your own names. And then I was like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, so we were originally starting it as like a radio show on K-UTE, and so it was like, I was looking at other K-UTE names, and they were all like edgy and stuff like that.
My Age of Geekdom was shot down. It was my Age of Empires shout out because that's what I was playing that summer.
Hey guys. Shout out to Claire's dad.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, my dad. He could be listening to this.
Yeah.
I like the one of Live from the Geekdom.
You say that, but I swear that Age of Geek was my idea.
No. I like that you think it was, though. Eventually it'll get used.
Okay, anyways, so on K-UTE Radio,
that's how you get Jarom to use ideas, is that you accept the idea
so.
that it's his.
July 6th, 2014, at 5 a.m. for some reason. I was probably at work.
No
K-UTE Radio posted This fall, K-UTE is starting a brand new geek and popular arts talk show. We want you to help us with the naming process. So we had been arguing all summer about names, and we had I wanted it to be this grand idea of geekdom coming back into fashion and stuff like that. And so the ideas that we put out on the Facebook page, vote on these ideas, and we had the Age of Geek, the New Geek Age, and Live from the Geekdom.
All of which I remember.
Yeah, so those are all supposed to be radio names, and I had those 3, and it's I guess it's 5 a.m. And I'm 3 just doesn't seem like enough for people to choose from, and so I'm trying to come up with one more to throw on there, and so I threw the Geekwave on there, as I was posting it, and only 3 people commented on that post, but all of them were you got to do the Geekwave. The other ones are awful.
We had spent weeks texting back and forth about this name.
Luckily, those other names were awful, especially they were good for a radio show, but they wouldn't have been good as a brand.
For sure.
As the Geekwave later became.
Oh, yeah.
So
I can only imagine my job being the general manager of the Age of Geekdom.
The Age of the Geekdom.
Yeah.
I think that'd be great.
The GGGMA.
So that's how we got our name, the Geekwave, and then as soon as that was decided, I spent a week working on the logo because it took us all the way until school was about to start to finalize that name.
Yeah.
And
so the Geekwave has a long history of over the summer we've gotten stuff done, but it takes forever to simple
fair.
steps.
When did I enter the scene?
You guys entered in September on the 26th. I was just looking over my show notes that I kept meticulously.
You remember the day?
Yeah, I was literally just looking through them. And Jarom had put a note on the end of our show notes, and it was just hey, Claire, we need to give these shadows some more work to do. And I was like, okay, I will delegate. And then you guys just didn't listen.
What was I supposed to do?
Well, the idea was that you guys would add notes to the show notes every week sort of thing, but no one would do that. And I would be okay, I'm just going to cruise through all of the internet really quickly before the show.
Okay, I remember not being added into that Google Doc for 3 months.
You may not have been. Just like I friend requested Kelby, but not Kelby 20 times. Another Kelby George I friend requested.
How many Kelby Georges are
I don't
there
know.
in the world?
I don't know. I don't even know why I would think that was Kelby. It wasn't a picture of him at all.
how did we communicate back then? Was it all texting?
Poorly.
Did we have Slack?
No.
No.
Slack didn't come about till a year
the
later.
end of it, yeah.
When I became station manager.
Jarom and I
that
texted a lot.
showrunner who said, I'm going to run this.
We
show.
added Claire to the Slack as she was on her way out. I think she never used it.
I didn't. I did not.
And then she ended up not. We told them Claire doesn't work here, and they left her in the Slack
Oh,
for
awesome.
Are you still on it?
No.
I don't
I
think
feel
so.
I think
like
she
I-
got removed at some point.
I think
sorry.
she got removed at some point, but she was on there for a full year.
I think
before
she was removed during the transition to video stage.
Yeah.
Because we went through our staff and we're like, this person isn't here. This person
Yeah.
isn't
The great
here, this person-
purge.
Yes.
So
The
me
great
and-
purge of Claire. That's really the only thing that mattered.
Only you.
So me
And then a
Claire-
couple of weeks later after that, it was the return of Claire. No, that was before. Then it was the purge. Claire brought the purge.
I'm so lost.
I brought with me the purge.
Yes.
brought with you the purge. Yeah. So me and Claire started the Geekwave, and then we had the second generation come in pretty soon after that, which was Allie and Kelby and Noah. All of who, Allie and Noah flaked out at some point.
Well, I moved to France.
Allie went to France.
I had a real reason.
The best way to
Thank you.
flake out, truly.
There was just some sort of lack of communication. I remember I was like, why isn't Allie responding to any of my things? And then she was in France.
Sorry, I maybe should have told more people that I was moving to France.
Just like, c'est quoi?
Wait, say that again.
C'est quoi?
C'est quoi? Wait.
C'est quoi?
Tu parles français?
9.
No,
So yeah,
Francis.
I'm trying to figure out what of this swag. Oh, we have the Hawkeye comic.
Ich kannst du Deutsch,
It's
aber...
from that year.
Good.
This actually apparently
Yeah.
belongs to Allie.
So we all bought comics and then just let each other read
We
them.
wanted
and
to
then
build
none
a
of us
comic
got our
library.
original ones back.
So you remember we had that shelf where we kept the comics?
Yeah, this was not on it.
No, this comic was on that shelf for a year.
No, I looked
before
for
it got
it.
moved into my office.
What?
And has been there ever since. Yes. The other comics, I don't know where they
They're
went.
completely gone.
But this one was on the shelf.
Oh, no, I swear.
This is the only survivor.
Okay, but I got it back. I got my Hawkeye back.
So so we
That's
all
I
bought
wanted.
comics for each other, and we read them, and then we reviewed them on the air. We did other crazy things on the air. Like, we actually had people like texting us while we were live.
Oh yeah,
That was
Facebook
always
conversations while we were live.
We had a puppet show.
We had a puppet show, which we still have a photo of.
So perfect. Dreams come true,
Isn't
guys.
that the one that we ended up using on the poster?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is on the poster.
Yeah.
I wish we had that poster.
I have it on my phone, but...
So I don't know if you haven't seen this. Maybe.
No, not the poster.
We made a new poster this year of the Geekwave, and in the background is a bunch of photos from all of our time, and you're in it with the puppet.
Yes.
Me
and the puppets.
Unfortunately, it was lost in
Allie.
the stress of Utah ICE.
Yeah, I think
Go University
Crimson
Utah.
Gaming has it. Please give it back.
I still need to
We
call
miss
the contact reference that Andrew gave me.
We hosted the first video
Intercollegiate
game-
esports.
We hosted the video game tournament.
We certainly did.
Me and you and Kelby did a Hearthstone tournament.
Oh,
and
that one.
I wanted to tell you how that really happened because Kelby and I were going to be the
Announcers?
mods
Oh.
for everything, and we
No,
started.
Yeah,
and
I
then,
remember this.
And then everyone in the video game community was like, "Please stop! You're terrible.
Yeah.
You don't know this game at all."
They were commentating.
Yeah,
I tried to commentate too.
Yeah, we just commentated, but we didn't know anything about
Yeah.
the game really. We just described things as like Goblin Guy and Witch Man, stuff like that.
And then it was Jordan Runyon came up, and he was like, "So we have some people here who
actually
are willing to do
know what
Who
they're
actually
commentary."
know what they're doing. And so then Kelby and I just played Age of Empires the rest of the night.
That did happen.
That sounds like a great
And
time.
I'm sure Jarom was just like, "Why did I even invite you guys?"
I just like to say,
the power
like,
went out.
when I was looking through logos and stuff for Geeks Play, because as you know, Geeks Play has gone back up, and I was like looking through our old files to see if we had references to hand to our artist.
Yeah.
And as I was looking through the old files, I ended up seeing a Hearthstone card of a 4-cost 3/5 warrior that had the Geekwave's Minecraft server on it.
Yes.
Yeah. What that is after Claire and Kelby left, we started the podcast. And for 3 or 4 weeks, I didn't have a co-host. So on one of those weeks, we invited the brand new Utah Hearthstone Club to come on to the episode. And so I made a Hearthstone card of the Geekwave for that episode.
And what this translates to is Jarom had a lot more free time before he became the leader of KU.
Surprise.
I mean, he was the
I
leader
was
of
the leader
K-UTE
of
at that
K-UTE
point.
at that point.
Kelby and I
I
left
see.
that
I
August.
just wasn't also a video game developer.
That makes much more sense.
I do want to let you guys know that there's been some very circular events happening since Jarom and I met each other. We went to Guardians of the Galaxy in 2014, and Guardians of the Galaxy comes
Wow.
out this Friday. We went to that together. That was one of our first
That is-
non-school activities.
That I do remember that. That's weird.
I know. Also,
Coincidence?
the same year that
I
we were
think
all doing the
not.
show, they announced 1, the Deadpool movie, 2, the Series of Unfortunates event series,
Oh my
which
gosh,
just
you're
got
so
aired.
right.
I know, yeah, like all
we
these.
talked about that on the radio
Yeah,
show.
we
Yeah,
talked
I was
about
there
like
for
all
that.
these
Yeah.
things on the radio, and then they just start happening in like the last 6 months, and I'm like, wow, you were on the cutting edge of the geek news, Claire. This was like 2 years too soon, and no one knew. But
oh,
here we are.
Geez.
Hopefully, we're a little bit more like to date with what's going on with the Geekwave and not predicting things 2 years down the future.
Oh, that's what all my articles have been.
Oh, you know what prop I was going to bring that I didn't was our passes to Anime Bonsai 2014.
which was a perfect time.
That was the
Full of-
first convention that the Geekwave went to.
Did I go to that one?
No,
I
we
don't
went to
remember.
Comic-Con. We went to Comic-Con that fall.
Yeah, that one I went to. Yeah.
No, you went to FanX.
Oh, right.
So we
sorry,
did.
yeah.
We
did
did.
we? I
yeah.
swear that FanX was our...
No, we did Comic-Con, you, me, and Emily. And then we
Okay.
did Anime Bonsai, you, me, and you. I think that...
And well, we had the anime club there.
Yeah, we
and
had the
Noah
anime
was
club.
in studio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I
Yes,
think
and
I
Noah
went
was
to that.
supposed to be
I
our
think I was
remote
there.
host there.
Didn't the files get corrupted?
I was there for that.
No, that was the next year when we did the podcast. The files got corrupted when we were at Bonsai.
Mm-hmm. And then we did FanX, and
So
then
this-
we did GameCon.
So this is from that first Comic-Con.
Yes, it is.
my Gentleman Mario hat that I keep wearing without the rest of the costume because I think it looks snazzy.
You know what?
He
I
wears it
ended
out
up-
of context, ironically.
I think for that exact Comic-Con, because if that was the first Comic-Con, I also ended up going to that one in Salt Lake City. So when you ended up getting that, I
We
ended
didn't
up...
know each other.
No, we didn't, but I was still
Misconnection.
dropping a lot of money at Comic-Con, I can tell you that much.
Okay.
So some things never change.
Yeah, and so then that next year we had the podcast, the first episode of which was at Gaming Con, and Claire was on that, and then she left.
Yep, I was
So
out
she,
after
she
that.
was on one episode. It wasn't even episode 1. It was episode 0. It was an experiment
We
that we
used
published
my
anyways.
mic for it,
Yeah.
and I was like, "This is your test run. Go."
Yeah. And it was nice, and so I bought my own mic after that.
It's important to have one.
Yeah, and then I was alone for several weeks before Logan came on, and then a couple weeks after that, Lee came on,
Yeah.
and that would
I
be
believe our
Generation
applications
3.
turned in at the same time, but I remember the first episode I was supposed to be on, I forgot we were recording that day.
I do remember that.
So you
Awkward.
He's
guys
been a flake since day one.
so you guys called me out on air and I felt so bad because as I listened back over the episode because I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I ended up missing that."
Yeah,
They
made
were
fun
just
of
like,
him
"Yeah,
on the
Lee,
episode.
get
That's
your
great.
shit together." And I was just like, wow. And like I remember very vividly of my mom overhearing me listen to things and like, "This is the people that you're trying to work with?"
Oh gosh, that's embarrassing.
And I was just like, I think. Not sure if they still want me. Lo and behold, I now run it.
Yeah, you're gonna make a great boss.
And then I asked Jarom if I could come join, and he's like, "Yeah, just fill out the application." And I was like, "There's an application."
Yeah.
Yeah, things changed a lot from the time that Claire left.
I
to
pretty
the
much
time
just
that Allie
walked
came
in
back.
during the summer semester and said, "I want in the radio. Please teach me how." And Eric, since he was my upstairs neighbor, was just like, "Yeah, I like you. Go on," and then set me up with Jarom. So
Yeah.
And then Noah was like, "Hey,
And then by the time
this thing.
she did this basically the same
I
thing.
did exactly the same thing."
And then by the time she came back, I was like, "Yeah, just fill out the application, and I'll let
There's
them know
actual
that
paperwork.
I'll let them know that you're coming through. So we'll just expedite you through the process." And
I was,
she was
like,
"There's
offended.
a process."
she's like, "I don't even get grandfathered in."
yeah. But now I have paperwork, so
Yeah,
that's the thing.
but now look what you're doing.
Now look at me now.
Yes.
So yeah,
We've all
so
done.
there's. I guess I'm just gonna. I don't feel the need to go through the last year. We started a video show
Yeah.
and a website, and we hired.
If you guys have been
writers, and
keeping
we,
up at this point, you already know what happened last year. Though what happened this year that was kind of cool is that we ended up, during the Epics Awards, we ended up giving
Yeah.
Jarom his little award.
So let's show everyone this. Claire, you probably remember when you graduated, the Geekwave was part of K-UTE.
I got a record.
So you got a framed record. So now that the Geekwave is kind of
Its
become
own
its own
thing.
thing, we wanted to come up with something new to give to graduates. And so we commissioned an artist to make a comic book cover. And every year we're going to make a new comic book cover to give to the people who graduate that year.
Wow.
So I didn't get any say in what was on it this year.
Nope, that
And
was all
so-
me and Jake. All
And
me
now
and
you're
Jake.
out.
And yeah, so now they decided to put me on the cover.
And we strategically placed Jarom's head so that he would be the sun.
I didn't even notice
Yes.
that.
There was a lot of thought that went into this.
Oh gosh. So that's beautiful, and I'm actually really excited to
Yes.
start this new tradition. All of these are things that are like, all these things on the table are things that were sentimental in some way. Lee gave me this mug.
Yes.
Virginia gave me this.
This what is it exactly?
It's a Torchic.
Torchic.
Oh,
It's my
right.
favorite.
Allie
Pokemon.
doesn't know Pokemon.
And then there was a
We've talked
Goomba
about
and a
this.
Dragon
These
Knife.
were our original props on
I
the
know
video
Goomba.
show. This was actually given to me by iHome. They gave us a bunch of products to review and give away and
Back
stuff.
when Logan was on fire.
And this is one of the ones that I got. And
Did you give it positive reviews?
yeah,
We gave
Look,
a lot of iHome stuff
lights
positive
up.
reviews. Yeah.
super pretty. Yeah.
Almost
love this thing.
almost as great as our like Crazy Baby speaker, which we couldn't fit on here for obvious reasons.
You'll have to come to one of our events to see the crazy baby speaker.
It's good stuff.
Pretty cool.
So, yeah.
Do you want to say like a last favorite thing that you ended up having from your time at the Geekwave?
Oh my gosh, a favorite thing?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can have a...
Do it anyway.
I mean, Claire's pretty awesome. Kelby's mom was...
Kelby's mom is pretty great.
Kelby's mom was pretty great.
Truth.
Psst. Also my dad.
Yeah.
Although
Shout out
they
to
are
Claire's dad.
unrelated.
Working with Crimson Gaming has always been a really good experience. I think one of the things that I'm going to remember the most is doing the Mario Kart tournament for charity and helping with Respawn Ready. That was a big deal.
Scratch that brain of yours. I know you can find something.
Do you just want me to compliment you, Lee? Lee's pretty awesome.
You haven't mentioned me yet.
And I don't know. I guess that's
The people.
yeah.
We were expecting
Coming
you
back
to
to
get
the people.
emotional, Jerem. You're leaving.
I mean, yeah. Claire knows what.
It's
is-
the people. I'm
Yeah,
talking.
there's
I'm talking
been-
Jerem's soft heart right now.
yeah.
We've had
Jerem's getting translated by Kelby.
Claire.
I
am
mean,
so
I could
sorry.
also
I knew I was going to
represent
do it
Kelby here.
eventually.
We've gone through 6 generations of the Geekwave.
So it's a generation just new people,
Yeah, it's the wave of new people that
It's
we
a
get.
wave of new, yeah.
like a geek
People-
wave.
Yeah.
The Geek Wave.
You were
generation
generation 2 and apparently generation what? 5?
5.
Or, I thought it was 4 that we decided before the show, but it's fine.
No, it's 5.
I wasn't here before the show.
This last year we've had to split into 3 generations because every semester we've gotten another wave. Yeah, so I've worked with a lot of people here on the Geekwave, and all of them have come on because they were really excited, and they've brought that excitement to the stuff that they've made. And I've been able to watch people go from being kind of shy to being able to speak on the radio. I've watched people with no video experience become really good at editing videos. I've watched people that suck at writing, like, become pretty good at writing. And I've been part of that process in helping each of them do that. And myself, like, I thought the New Geek Age would be a really good name, and now look how far I've come.
Yeah.
We're very proud.
Well, I think with that, we're just about wrapped up. So would you like to say your last geek out, good sir?
Yeah. I guess thank you for everybody who's been watching. If you know of any jobs in the video game industry, I'm looking. And geek out, everybody. Woo. Hello, beautiful YouTube audience. I'm so glad that you chose to watch the Geekwave today. Like and subscribe below so that we can continue making more videos. And apparently this is one of those outros where there will be other videos you can watch somewhere in this region. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next week.